This year, in addition to publishing UT2 and UT3 magazines, we're going to try and start to broadcast a number of videos explaining subsea technology, and these are going to be called Subsea in 60 seconds. While we're at it, we're also going to produce a roundup of recent subsea news for far more than 60 seconds. It's probably a bad time to start this venture because not everyone's back at work and there's not much news around, so you get the picture. Anyway.
What don't they vote?
Well, it's been a promising start to the new year. Oil started approaching $70 a barrel. Last year, the Saudi oil ministry said it wanted to help the price of Brent crude reach $75 by the end of 2018. This week, the Trump administration proposed opening nearly all US offshore waters to oil and gas drilling, including the previously off-limit acreage of the Atlantic, Arctic and Pacific. So what else happened recently? Well, the industry's continued to consolidate. Royal IHC has acquired Ocean Team's Dutch-based engineering consultancy company KCI. Enemec has taken a majority shareholding in Minteg. Wärtsilä has acquired the underwater ship IRM business Trident. Oh, and the joint venture between Ashtead Technology and Forum Subsea Rentals has been formalised. There's still a bit of fallout in the press following last year's multi-billion-dollar merger between Chicago Bridge and Iron, CBI, and McDermott. Some analysts say CBI is still laden with debt from the past and ask if McDermott is really healthy enough to take this on. So maybe there's a bit more to come out from that story. What are the other headlines? Deep Ocean has been awarded a contract for the Snorre expansion project in the North Sea. DOF Subsea won new contracts to supply ROVs for Petrobras, and they'll be installed on the Scandi Angara and the Scandi Parity. Ultra Deep Solutions has launched its Andy Warhol vessel, and that should be ready by third quarter of this year. Heerema Marine Contractors was awarded work related to Maersk Oil's Tyra redevelopment project. MMT and Reach are currently carrying out trials on their new Surveyor Interceptor 2 ROV, and that should also be ready for work later this year. Royal Boskalis Westminster's added 2 diving support vessels to its fleet, in line with the company's plan to expand its subsea services offerings. 2G Robotics recently delivered the first of 4 underwater laser scanning systems to Kongsberg and the Norwegian Navy. On the product side, Teledyne TSS has launched its new smaller Hydro-Packed 660 pipe tracking system, and this has been designed to help reduce the cost of subsea pipeline surveys by allowing the use of smaller classes of remotely operated vehicles. Subsea Partners landed an EPCI contract for a system to perform thickness measurements on structural steel members in the splash zone. Access is difficult there, using methods such as ropes or diving, and the company's therefore developed a jacket crawler, and this can crawl to the required position, remove marine growth and make the thickness measurements afterwards. Have you ever wondered in a spar platform how the topside's mated with the hull? Boskalis recently published a time-lapse video of Statoil's Aasta Hansteen platform floatover, which is far too good not to share. So, the 46,000-ton, 50-metre diameter cylindrical hull arrived on the Dockwise Vanguard, while the 24,000-ton topsides arrived on the White Marlin. When in port, 2 smaller S-class vessels moored either side of the White Marlin and deballasted upwards, while the central White Marlin ballasted down and manoeuvred out of the way. The topsides then sailed away on a catamaran-type arrangement. If you want to know more about subsea engineering, read UT2 or UT3, the magazine or online magazine of the Society for Underwater Technology.
Bye-bye, control.